What's going on, everybody? So today I am going to be listing some stuff on Facebook Marketplace from the recent unboxing that we did of the Liquidation.com shelf pull pallet. And I thought that I would kind of show you my process of how we do it. Hi there, my name is Joe.
And I'm Jessica.
We are homeschooling, natural living entrepreneurs.
This is a story of how we balance it all for the freedom to live our lives devoted to our family and faith.
Thanks for stopping by, subscribe, and come on in. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get these items here listed. These are the last of the items that we had from the previous unboxing. And if you still haven't seen that one, I will put that link down in the description as well, along with the unboxing that we just did. So when we get pallets in, our ideal time frame to get those items listed is within 48 hours of unboxing the pallets. Ideally, it would be 48 hours from the time we get the pallets in so that we can get the money back faster, but we don't always unbox the pallets immediately after getting them because there be stuff everywhere. But if you're buying individual pallets, then it'd be a lot easier. But when you're buying multiple, it's probably not going to be super easy to get them unboxed immediately. So 48 hours, we want to get it listed and available for sale. And then the next target is within 7 days, we want to be at break-even point, meaning that we want our money back. Like for this pallet here that we unboxed, that we paid $447 for it. So within a week, we want $450 back in our bank account, back into our pockets, so that we can use that money to reinvest into the business. And then the profits, we can use that to either try and grow or try and scale, or use that for discretionary purposes, or just to put back in the bank. And then ideally is that we want 90% of the pallets to be able to be sold within a month. And that's a pretty fast time. That's a month sell-through rate. They say sell-through is the amount of time that it takes you to sell through an item that you got. So 48 hours to list, 7 days to break even, 1 month ideally to have all of the pallets sold. So today I'm going to get those listed. I'm also going to get the items. I'm going to try to get them all. I don't know how many I'll get done. A lot of them I'm not going to have to put together, which is good. So they are relatively quick items. That's why I like the Amazon shelf pull items so much, is because they're not customer returns. You don't have to worry about inspecting as much. You can leave them in the boxes, and they're bigger boxes, so it doesn't take as long to take pictures. And I like to list them on Facebook when I do that, because on Facebook you don't have to have as great of pictures as you would to if you needed to put it on eBay. And then with eBay, a lot of this stuff, if I'm going to sell it right without using somebody else's pictures and all that, which eBay, they don't like for you to do that, that it would take me a long time. Like, I'd have to put stuff together, take it out of the box, take professional photos on a white backdrop, and that would be a lot. It would be very time consuming. But with these items and listing them on Facebook, you don't have to do that. And I'll kind of show you the pictures that I use, also a little app that I use. So I use a spreadsheet to go through and record all of our inventory as we are listing it. I have a spreadsheet for each pallet with the pallet number. I started with one, I had a different sheet. I just made this new sheet. I like it better. So I just started with pallet 001 for this pallet, as you can see right there. And on the sheet, it's got like the item number. And why do I do an item number? Because it can get very confusing when stuff's in boxes, that if you have multiple bookshelves or bookcases or mattresses or frames or whatever, that it can get a little confusing, especially when you're listing on Facebook or even on eBay, to keep them separate. So I give them a unique number, and it could be whatever. It could be a series of letters, numbers, but just something that you can use to assign that item, so that you don't get it confused when you are going to sell it, whether locally on Facebook or if you sell it online on eBay or any other online platform. Then also I put which platform that we're selling it. And for us, we sell on eBay, we sell locally on Facebook, and then we also sell in our flea market booth. So depending on where I put it, I put that on there. I also put the date that I listed the item and the date that it sold, so that I know exactly how long it took me to sell it. So whenever I get pallets in the future, I have an idea of how long I should expect to be able to sell something. If you don't track that, you're very unlikely to remember that types of information. So when you have to record it, it's just an extra process for your brain to remember information. Plus, you have records in case you don't remember. You have records to go back and be able to review that. We also put on there what the full retail value is. And why we do that is because we want to know over a series of time how much prospective retail value is on these pallets that we're purchasing. We put on the sheet, we track how much, when we do the unboxing, how much we think we can get for it, because we want some accountability to you guys. We don't want to just make up some random numbers and some random high numbers and say we're going to get this much money, and then you think, oh, I'm going to make so much money if I go do it, so I'm going to go spend all the extra money that I have, and then you find out that, oh, they must have been lying, because there's no way I can get that much money for it. So we put that on there because we want to know. We also put on there that whenever we go and list something, I also check on eBay and also on Amazon, because you never know when something's going to be more expensive on Amazon than on eBay. It's like recently we did the unboxing where we had the white bar stools that had been damaged in the box, that on eBay they were selling for $160. But on Amazon, they were only selling for $100, right? So what I did when I went and listed the item, I took a screenshot of the eBay price and put that in the Facebook listing and not the Amazon price, because had I put the Amazon price on there and then listed them for $100, there's no way that I could have got $100 for them, because you can go online and buy them brand new for $100 with no scratches, no scrapes, and no dings. But because I put the eBay price of $160 on there, I was able to get $90 for those bar stools because of the condition that they were in. So then the last thing that we put on there is the sold price. And we want to put that because we want to know how much money we are actually getting. What is going to be our percentage of full retail value on these items. And if you check it, you track it for salvage items, for returns, for shelf pulls. As you track that information over time, you're going to get a very good idea of what to expect. And numbers, you can make some valuable decisions when it comes to knowing the numbers and knowing more information. All right, so I'm ready to go ahead and get stuff started listing on Facebook Marketplace. And what we're going to start with is we've got this beveled mirror here. And you can see this is the one that we did from the unboxing before. It's got the dent in the box, but the mirror was fine because of all of the padding. And luckily, it was on this side, because had it been on the mirror side, it may have been damaged. I don't know, but I'm not going to worry about taking this out of the box. What I'm going to do is just take a picture of the box, and then I'm going to get on Amazon or eBay, whichever one is selling for the most of this particular one, and I'm going to take a screenshot of that, get some product information from the listing, and get that listed on Facebook. You see, when I do take pictures for Facebook, I do try to use somewhat of a decorative backdrop. We've got this brick wall back there that when the boxes aren't so small, that usually all you see is the brick wall. I do believe that having a defined background does help. So sometimes the items will have a UPC code, and I love it when it does, because you can just scan it with the Amazon Seller app, scan the barcode, and it pops right up. But sometimes it doesn't. And then you gotta look for the label on the box, and sometimes they're not very detailed. Luckily for this one, it is detailed, so I should be able to look up the mirror pretty easily without having any issues. Sometimes it's not very detailed, or you can't find it in Amazon, and that's where Google helps. So if you go to find something on Amazon, you can't find it. Sometimes you can search for it in Google, a very detailed search, as detailed as possible, and it will bring up the Amazon or even the eBay listing. All right, so I found the mirror on Amazon, and we have a problem. As you see there, it is now $115.39, but it is out of stock. So when we unboxed this mirror, we were planning on getting 140 bucks for it because it was priced at $159. And that's a problem because it was $159, but now it's priced at $115. It's out of stock though. Normally that would be a problem because I'd be taking the screenshot now, but luckily I took a screenshot of the mirror whenever I unboxed it. So it's something that you may want to do as you're looking up prices, to make sure you take a screenshot then. And then that's also a big reason why we take and we look up the prices when we go to list them, because sometimes the prices may go up. Why it went down, I have no idea, but luckily I saved the screenshot from the previous listing, so we're gonna shoot for that price. All right, so now that I got the screenshot, what I'm gonna do now is, when I'm listing to Facebook Marketplace, I don't get creative. I'm not really good with words anyways, so I just copy the title from the listing and paste that into Facebook. So I'm getting ready to make the listing on Facebook now, and one thing that I do is I use a collage maker when putting the pictures on Facebook, because I want the first picture on Facebook to be a picture that shows my item and the screenshot from the Amazon or eBay label or the listing. And the reason why that I do this is because I don't want them to just look at a box. Like if I don't take it out of the box, they're not as likely to know what it is just showing a picture of a brown box. But if you have the box, it's showing the buyer that, oh, this is a brand new item in the box, here's a picture of the listing, it will help you out. So making the collage to get ready to list on Facebook, as you can see, it's got the two pictures. You can add more in there, but I always use the two. It's got my picture of the box on the left and the picture that shows the item on the right with the price. So that way when they look at the picture, they see the price, $252.99, and if we price this at like $200, they're gonna be like, ooh, this is $50 less than what it's going for online. That's a good deal. All right, so here I'm on Facebook now. I'm just gonna add my photos, and the first picture that I always do is the one that shows both of them, and then I'll go through and add my pictures, and then I'll add the ones that I took screenshots from the listing. I'll go to the title, and then sometimes with these you can't just enter or you can't just paste the title in, but that one's going to allow me to do it. I'm gonna price that one for 200 bucks. Category mirrors, and it is new, brown. This one's black. And I'm not sure of the material, so I'm going to go back to the so it's MDF wood. All right. So mirror. And then I always use talk to text because typing is way too long for me. So I'll say something like, this mirror is brand new and unused and comes in the original box, period. The box has been damaged while in transit, but there are no cosmetic defects with the mirror, period. This is made of MDF wood, period. And that's all I put in there. It's mainly just for protection, because very rarely do people actually read, but in the event that maybe something goes wrong with it and they do go back and read, it is there. Alright, so you can see the item number there. It is on the box. Here in the carport, it will rest until it gets a brand new home. Now you can even put in the listing itself the product number, because it probably would help you if you forget, if you have a whole lot of stuff and you don't know exactly where everything is. Like with one pallet at a time, you probably wouldn't run into that issue, but if you're selling a lot of pallets and you get a lot of stuff, like here before long we've got all this, it's going to be going in several different locations. So I'm going to put the item number in the actual listing, so that way when I go to sell the listing, I know exactly where it is. What's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to be listing some items on Facebook Marketplace, some of the items that we just unboxed from our last pallet from liquidation.com. If you remember, that was the Amazon shelf pull pallet. We got several of those in that we've been unboxing, and we've been getting stuff listed and sold on Facebook. So I wanted to kind of invite you into my process today, kind of show you how we list things, how we go about pricing things on Facebook, so that you can have an idea for yourself and kind of understand more about our process. And Facebook isn't the only place that you can sell liquidation pallets on, but for these types of pallets that we get and that we like, Facebook Marketplace is the idea or the ideal place for the vast majority of those items, because they're general merchandise items, they're bigger, they're bulkier, that selling them locally is going to allow us to make more money. Now, if we were to try to buy these pallets to sell online, there was no way that we would buy these pallets, because the shipping alone would destroy our profits. But when you throw out shipping, you can make a lot more money. I hope now that you understand why we choose these particular types of pallets to sell on Facebook, why we do, how we price the items, and our listing process with pictures and descriptions and all that. So like I said at the beginning of the video, if you have any questions or we didn't quite answer all the questions that you would like to see answered, please put that down in the comment section so that we can answer them the best we can in the comments, or make another video. Until next time, peace.